Hey guys, Dustin here, back with another video. So good to be back, and I really appreciate y'all being here today on this beautiful day. Today's Monday, starting it off with a new week, and every day is a new beginning. The theme on this channel, for those of you who did not know, is on this channel, we always try our best to keep it positive and talk about this thing called life and everything that goes into it. So without further ado, let's get things started. Thank you for being on this channel. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content. We try and keep it loosey-goosey here and really just go with the flow and converse these topics that we cover and try our best to be as unbiased as possible. So leading with that, let's get into it today, guys. Today I'm going to be talking to you about something that crossed my mind this morning. It's incredible how I think about topics for these videos. They just come to me early in the morning, and there's this overflowing rush of inspiration and positivity that just surrounds me. Not only in my heart, but in my mind. And I feel driven to speak to you guys. Today, I told myself when I pulled into this parking lot to make this video that I wanted to surround myself with people today, actually. That was the biggest thing on my mind, is that I wanted to be around people today. I feel that mood hit me today where I feel that I need people to feed off of and their positive energy so I can feed off that and in a positive way, and hopefully respond with more positive feedback. Or if I'm not at that point where I'm really having a great day, maybe they can push me to have a better day. So all in all, I had decided I wanted to be around people today. Today's topic is going to be this concept that we're going to lead with, called the snowball effect. At least that's what I call it. The snowball effect, or as such, in a way that I wanted to explain this to you guys, the snowball effect is a mentality that I put together this morning to kind of elaborate on this topic that we're going to get into. And I'm going to lead with an example. The snowball effect, is basically when things in life pile up so much to the point where they just start to snowball and compound. Now, I'm talking about, obviously this could relate to positive things, but I'm talking about negative things today that could go wrong in life. Because everybody deals with the common day stresses, financial, um, stresses. Your any forms of depression that can compound and get worse. Stresses with relationships, that could be one. Day-to-day life stresses with family, as a family unit, and as a friend, maybe you have that stress on you. We have work, we have taxes, we have all kinds of things we have to worry about. We have to worry about our safety at all times. Depending on where we go, we have to use some sort of logic to keep us safe, right? To keep out of harm's way. So that's another thing. But all in all, this snowball effect really has been taking, at least as of late, a huge financial toll on the world. And when one thing tends to get out of hand financially, things start to snowball. And this topic really crossed my mind this morning, and it made all the sense in the world trying to come up with this analogy for you guys, because as a snowball, it just rolls and grows and grows and grows, and we're familiar with the snowball effect. So, in a world with such financial stress happening right now, as a nation, we're in debt. As individuals, we're in debt. As individuals, we're struggling to even live paycheck to paycheck. That alone is a struggle. To save money, to invest our time, money, and resources into things that are gonna pay off in the long run, into the lives we want to live. Invest our time where we see fit. Feel like a lot of those things you can't put a price tag on. But all in all, this snowball effect really gets us into a big clump of debt as a nation and as individuals. Financially, we look left and right and we just see things snowballing and piling up on our plate, right? And it's so common for us to get stressed out and just panic. We live in panic, a world of panic. That's why protecting your peace is so important, and making a plan to get through these difficult times is important. It's also important that we come together as a nation. We make friends and we collaborate with each other to lift each other up, not put each other down, and help each other as much as we possibly can in any way we can. And no, that doesn't have to be financial. It could be volunteering your time. It could be having a simple conversation with somebody who needs your input, who asks you for help with advice, and to be a good friend and to be there and to listen, to talk to, for them to talk to. You can be that person for them. So all in all, this snowball effect analogy goes into this broader concept, and I'm going to expand here. So now that you all understand that concept, that goes into something bigger, okay? Right now we have this dilemma being pushed by Elon and Trump and Doge to kind of come up with a specific dollar amount to send out to Americans that isn't coming out of the pockets of you and I, but is actually coming out of the pockets of the government. And I'm just explaining this concept to you. Essentially, what Trump and Elon are hoping and what they are aiming towards as far as a goal, this new administration, is to send out $5,000 a person to help people out. Because as a nation, we're in debt, but also they're saying the government owes us all this money. And lastly, the most important thing, they're hoping that people can take this money and use it to pay off their own individual debt, which also helps out individuals, helps out the economy. Okay? That is $5,000 that the that individual can put towards that debt. Now, we talk about the snowball effect. This concept hit me this morning. I just think it's so crazy how the world is catching on to the exact things that people seem to need in the most drastic moments in their lives. I see so much pain, so much suffering now, so much poverty. I look out there and I see it. Like, yes, people are driving the expensive cars. Yes, they're living in pricier homes, but also those people are dealing with things that they've never dealt with before. They're dealing with financial struggles still. Even if they're not homeless, even if they're showing up with a smile on their face every day, they're still dealing with that. So I just think it's so cool and so interesting how the world is catching on to what it really needs. It needs help to those people who need help. So if there are people in the world that need help, we need to find ways to help them. I think that is the biggest goal. How can we help people who are Americans who are trying their best, trying to put food on the table for their families, and really just struggling right now? I see it so much. And this is just one example of a concept and other concepts that we need to start leaning towards, in my opinion. And this is just me talking, guys. My opinion is take it very lightly. You all have your own opinions too, which I respect. And I just think it's very cool that we are actually now coming to realize what we need as a nation and what we need as individuals. And the coolest of all those things is the help we can send people, right? Because let's be honest, if the government or whoever sent you $5,000 to help you out, you probably would put that towards something that would help you out at the end of the day. You probably would put it towards something that would um, put you in a better spot in life or your family in a better place in life. You know, you would use it to pay off debt. You would use it to drive your situation that you're in now to a different place, a more positive place, whatever that means for you. Maybe you can use that 5,000 so you have more free time and you can actually sit down and think about what makes you the most happy, what you'd like to do with your life, and all those things. So the concept of this video today, again, is that overall realization that you notice the world is starting to come to where it's like, wait a second, regardless of race, regardless of religion, regardless of any of that, we're all in this together to help each other. And we need to build a foundation that's set up in an automated way that the first thought that we think of is, how can we better our economy? How can we influence people to get back to work? How can we create more jobs? How can we put more money into the Americans' pockets? How can we invest love into the foundation of our nation so that those with resources can help out those who don't have resources. Because we have plenty of people over here on this side coming from a good heart, coming from a good standpoint. They mean well. They just don't have enough to put on the pavement to drive themselves forward, to invest in their own lives. But if we can give them something tangible, nowadays the world uses money, right? Or clothing or material things in this system that we've set up to allow people to live and allow people to remain comfortable. That is just one thing that we can do. Maybe we can provide them some sort of free uh, mental stability, somebody to talk to. Maybe we can find a way that we all can pitch into the pot so that somebody has a therapist to talk to if they need to, or somebody to talk to for their mental health. Maybe we all can donate money into that pot to make that an automated system. So we can kind of regulate some sort of well-oiled, healthy, economical machine that's going to drive us to get to a place where people aren't crying out for help every 5 minutes. And I hope that the next 4 years and the next 8 years and the next 10, 12, 15, 20 years, we start to get to a point where we can do that for people. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't have the answers, guys. But that concept, even the idea of a $5,000 check going out to people is a start. You know, any sort of finances that we can donate, any sort of volunteering we can do, our personal time, our resources, our own resources that we can invest. If we can donate a vehicle that we don't use anymore to a family in need, let's lean towards making those things normalcies so that in some way or another, shape or form, if we all invest into each other, I don't see the world running out of any type of resources, or if we can recycle things back into the economy, back into this world, such as, normalizing thrift shops, Goodwill, these are all things that we can feed back into the system to help other people, right? Maybe make it more affordable to them. If we can put clothing on Craigslist, or we can put clothing on Facebook Marketplace and say, here, this is my home. Here's a safe meetup location. These are the people that are going to be with me. We just want whoever is in need to come here and take these clothes off our hands because we're getting rid of them to make more space, but we want to help you all out. That's why we have neighborhood communities as well. We all are neighbors, so we want to help people out. If we have free things that we don't use anymore that our neighbors can use, we want to try to help out our neighbors. We're all a community here. We're all in this together. So these are just a few things that cross my mind. I really hope that we can move this direction as a community, as a nation. Okay? Just super inspiring stuff. A $5,000 check is not the answer. It's a start. It's a step in the right direction. As a nation, people are suffering. They need help. They need our help, my help, your help. Everything you do today, guys, if you can give even the littlest of things, make sure you reach out and do so. I appreciate you guys staying for these lengthy videos and in-depth talks. I try and keep them under 20 minutes, but sometimes I don't always make the bar. I love you guys so much. Again, Dustin closing out here. I hope you all enjoyed this concept of the snowball effect and the world becoming to its own realization that we need to help each other. We need to start pushing forward in a positive direction to help the American people, to help each other, is something that's awakened in your mind today. I was so inspired this morning when I realized I was gifted enough to have a voice to speak, to be here on YouTube, to share this message with you all. I hope you all liked the video. Comment, subscribe. I'm Dustin. Thank you for being with us today on this channel. I'll see you all next time in the next video where we talk about life and everything that goes into it. Love you all so much. Enjoy this beautiful Monday. Until next time. See y'all later.